You know, it's a beautiful day. And like most beautiful days, I like taking a nice car out for a spin. Mustangs, Corvettes, they're all really nice, but you see them almost every day. But one car, legendary machine, you don't see every day. A true American muscle car. Powerful V10 engine. Torque for days. Well, that car is right here. This is a 2000 Dodge Viper 2nd Gen RT. This beautiful beast of a machine is all American besides the engine and transmission. I love these air intakes, and they're true too. They don't have none of that plastic in there, fake. These are also intakes as well, not speakers as some high schooler might say. It's got these massive air ducts in here because it needs a lot of breath to run this thing. Beautiful silhouette. As we come around the back, we see the sugar scoop rear, famous with the RT. The GTS, of course, had a fastback design. This one has the scoop. The condition of the vehicle is immaculate, well taken care of. It has true duals on the side, culminating into twin exhaust tips. Right here. An aggressive sound needs an aggressive driver. And that driver and owner is Mr. Jason Smalling. Mr. Smalling, thank you for joining today.
Thanks for having me.
It's a beautiful machine. I love it. Tell me about it.
Thank you. So it's a 2000 Gen 2 Dodge Viper, and the only color that a Viper should be.
Red. Of course.
Yes, but like you stated, most people think these are speakers. Obviously, they're not speakers. This one is actually a dummy intake. The actual main intake is over there. You pointed out the nice ducts in the front. This is actually a NACA duct.
Oh yeah.
To feed the airflow that this takes.
And didn't NASA help develop that or develop it?
Yeah, so the NACA duct is a famous design that they made so it doesn't hinder aerodynamics, and at the same time it provides adequate airflow into the engine.
Yeah. These are massive tires.
Absolutely, yes. So the fronts are 18 by 10s, and the rears are 18 by 13s.
Okay.
So they're, it takes a lot of power. Obviously, it's rear-wheel drive.
A lot of grip, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
But in the rain, that would be terrible, probably, right?
It is. I mean, I tried to avoid the rain at all costs, but because this thing can get out of control, in the blink of an eye.
And I see a lot of Vipers, they're blacked out or the rims are colored different, but these are chrome, and you really don't see a lot of those at all.
No, so I wanted everything pretty much stock. It's a 2000, so it's over 20 years old, but it looks brand new. It's been very well taken care of. These emblems on here was red originally, but when I purchased it, they had upgraded to the chrome ones, which I like better because it stands out.
Oh yeah, it does. I like that.
Yeah.
And they're kind of 3D in a way too. They're not just like stuck on there.
Exactly. The trunk area, so there's two different models, the RT10, which is what I have, and then the GTS. And the GTS is a hatchback, so it has a glass rear windshield that actually comes down into like a spoiler. Those are actually, pretty nice. I mean, they have a lot of room. There's been several episodes, or like people can you use it as a daily driver and stuff? And you could, but I'm probably not going to be daily driving this thing. So.
Oh yeah, you want to have fun with it, but you want to make sure it's well maintained still. You don't want to,
Yeah.
Awesome. You mind if I sit in it?
And go ahead.
And this is like on the sides here. See a warning sticker. This is where the exhaust comes in right here. On both sides.
Yeah. So if we'll pan down right over here, and I'll let her see this right here. If you see warning exhaust, you can see because the actual exhaust runs right along the sides of the vehicle.
Oh. Now, I like this interior. I'm big on interiors, and white gauges, of course, classic Dodge. I like the speedometer and the tachometer, like just white right there, simple. Don't have I like it. I love it.
Yeah. And a classic design, because it's basically a race car.
Right, yeah.
And that's what,
front and center, good to go.
Everybody wanted back then. I mean, this was kind of a one-of-a-kind vehicle when it first came out. It's a thing that you could go out and purchase a street-legal race car at the time. It's just, what was very fascinating to a lot of people. But yes, I'm like you. I love the white gauges. It was a NASCAR style with the 4 on the top right there. But the only upgrade that I've made to it, or the only change, is the radio. I just wanted a Bluetooth radio, so I went out and got a touch screen and put in it.
Cool. Well, I heard it, but let's see the heart of the beast.
Absolutely, yes. So there is no hood latch on the inside like a typical car. It's actually on the exterior, and you can get to it right here. So you just hit down like that. And then that's the first stage. The second stage is that one.
Lift up.
And then if you grab it right over there, we can both lift this up.
There we go.
Like that.
Man.
And you can see half the car is pretty much the engine.
All engine.
Yeah.
I love the red valve covers and all that. That's nice. And that's stock, right? Not just painted? All right.
Yep. Nope. It's all like that from...
So this has like what? 450 horsepower?
Yes.
All right. And how many pounds-feet of torque?
Close to 500.
Wow, that's a lot. And this is an 8-liter V10.
Yes, V10, which, you didn't see many of these. Now, what most people don't know is that when Viper first was introduced in 1992, Chrysler actually owned Lamborghini.
Okay.
So Lamborghini is the one that actually designed this engine.
Yeah.
And the intakes are actually the same ones that was used on the Countach, which is Morelli intakes, or throttle bodies.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, what made you decide to get a Dodge Viper?
So, I remember back when it first came out, probably seeing it in person. My parents actually bought a 96 Dodge Caravan, and at the dealership, they had an RT10, but it was the one with the yellow wheels.
Right, yeah.
And ever since then, it seemed like the most awesome car to me, like just sleek lines. It was different.
Yeah.
And so I've always wanted one, and when the opportunity arose a couple of years ago, and I found this one, I was like, you only live once, right?
Yeah.
So,
did you ever think you'd own one?
At some point, I didn't think I would probably own one this quickly, in life, but you don't see them, you see them every day.
Oh, yeah.
So,
exactly.
I'm very fortunate, I think, to own one and to be able to experience, what a Dodge Viper is.
Oh, yeah. I bet you have a lot of people, in tuners and other muscle cars and things trying to race you every time.
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
Any time that you just casually out driving, you get somebody that's coming up in a Honda Civic or some kind of car that you wouldn't think in a million years would want to race this thing, and they rev up their engine. I've had other Vipers see me and pass me and rev up their engine, but I think that's probably a way of greeting and saying hello to each other, or acknowledging one another. But yeah, I mean that's going to happen anytime that you drive something like this, and it's obviously it's flashy, so you get a lot of attention. Anytime that I take it to a restaurant or somewhere and park it, I would say 90% of the time I'll see people go up and take a picture of it.
Yeah, of course.
You don't see it all the time.
Oh, it's a beautiful car to take a picture of. I mean, so that being said, what don't you like about it, if anything?
A couple of things. One is that it came with a soft top, and when I purchased this, the hard top that's on it came with it, but it wasn't from the factory that way. It was an upgrade. Well, the hard top doesn't fit in the trunk. So if you want to take it off, you gotta put it somewhere or leave it somewhere. So if I took this out of town and I wanted to take the hard top with me and then drive it without it, I had to leave that in the hotel or something like that. They do make an aftermarket hardtop that's a 3-piece, and I've thought about purchasing that, and then all them kind of fold together, and they get put in the trunk.
Okay.
So that's one thing that I don't really care for. Another thing is like the turning radius.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe how wide of a turn that you have to make it. It's not like you could just pull into a parking spot like very quickly or anything like you can a normal car. But I think that's from the massive wheels.
Yeah.
That's on it.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. Appreciate you showing me, Mr. Mullen.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, so this has been the 2000 Dodge Viper RT. Join us for the next episode where we drive something else. All right, thanks, guys. Later.